So I know that we kind of did a talk through the other day. I know. But that Sephora savings event's coming up. And there's some things that you even asked me about that I don't enjoy, and I want to explain that. And then there were a few things I forgot about, like this foam primer. So we're going to talk a little bit. I'll do a little bit of makeup, but it's kind of a talk through makeup situation. Okay, and before I forget, this is the Essential Travel Set, and it's usually $135. We're offering it for $100, but it ends the 31st. So if you've been thinking about it, now is the time. Okay, all that. Bag 2. I'm also included, but here on my story. All right, so first of all, I tried this yesterday. I was able to wear it about 8 hours. For what this is, it wore beautifully. It's a BB tint. I'm about to put it on. I'll do something on my eyes really quickly, but I just wanted to let you know that if you don't have a tint right now, and this is even lighter than a normal tint, this is honestly just one of the most lightweight, just get it on very quickly, your skin, but better. I love this. I absolutely loved it. Everything about it. I'm balanced to dry. I think it would work for all skin types. Just depends on how you prep your skin, which I talk about that all the time. I love this. Speechless. 10 out of a 10. 11 out of a 10. Now, something I did get asked about, and I actually did not enjoy it, and I tried it quite a few times. Okay, I did. Y'all know that I do a lot of trial and error with things, and I understand that products, sometimes they need different skin preps, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you. But I tried this different ways, and the Ilia stick just did not work for me. It feels very heavy on my skin, no matter the prep. It also became very patchy very quickly. Much quicker than any other even kind of skin tint stick. So, and the way that it felt on my skin just was not something that I enjoyed. So this one didn't work for me. So that's just my thoughts on that. And please remember, if I tell you that I'm not enjoying something, it's just a personal experience. We are all different and we all enjoy different things. But not this for me. I'm going to do eyeshadow off camera, but I'm still going to put mascara and liner on. But I got another fun little liner tip for you. It involves this. This might need to go on your Sephora list in your cart. Okay, might need to hop in there. So what I did earlier, so easy. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun too. What I did earlier was apparently misplace all of my brushes. Okay, we're gonna need an E26. It might still have a little product on it from earlier, but that's okay. So I'm picking up the base. It does have a little bit of product, doesn't matter. Okay, just get in here. Just go to town, right? Don't worry about it, okay? Looks horrible. It's fine. We have fun. Now, we need our eyeshadow palette. Also has apparently ran away. I don't know what I filmed today, but I have been filming like a wild woman. I'm going to take a little bit of black eyeshadow, just any black eyeshadow. Love this palette, by the way. I do. Love it. I forgot to label the palette, but I'll label it right there. So this is the E26 brush. It's one of our most slept on brushes, okay? So all I'm gonna do is just do a nice little flick like that. Doesn't even have to be perfect. And then I just took, and at this angle, because I'm kind of going out this way, but at this angle, it's so easy to even do your eyeshadow after. So if you are having a little bit harder time doing your liner, do it before you do eyeshadow. So now I'm just taking my cellar water and I'm just gonna start to clean this up. So easy. Here, I need to get my vanity is a mess right now. I'll have to deal with that later at some point. And then just clean up here. And you can make it even smaller and thinner than that. So easy, and it's such a good way to practice. And then the brush I'm using here is the C30, which is just wildly precise. I thinned it out some more. And this is just easy. It's so easy. And to do eyeshadow now, since we've placed it really far out this way, it's gonna be a breeze. So it's so much easier to practice and clean up before eyeshadow. Now, if you feel like you've mastered it, this might be a technique you would skip, but if you're still struggling and you can't figure out your eye shape, try it this way. So I don't know if y'all remember, but in the year of our Lord 2020, or really 2019 and 2020, I would use this primer, and it was a foam, and I loved it because the way that it sat on the skin, the way it evened out everything, and it's discontinued now, but I'm just gonna do a little, just so you can kind of remember. Y'all remember that, right? The Smith & Colt one. I don't even think they're still a brand anymore, which is so unfortunate. Well, I found another foam primer, and y'all know that we're just not big foam primer people around here. We as in me. So I tried this the other day. This one's new from Milk Makeup. It's going to mess with the color temperature because it's orange. But I love it. The way that it laid on the skin, makeup wore beautifully on it. It's hydrating, and it has grip, but it's not as grippy and wet as the Hydro Grip Primer. I don't enjoy that one from Milk. I love the eye primer, but not the face primer. But this one, this actually made a difference in how it laid on my skin. It did what a lot of primers just don't do for me. Also love this brush. This isn't at Sephora, but this is the new Pinnacle Skin from Anastasia Beauty, and I love it. So I do 2 pumps. It is 100% foam, and it brightens over time. It's so nice, and that's enough for both sides, by the way. Now, it doesn't quite calm redness like my Elemis does, but I could wear the Elemis with this, because I would do the Elemis first and then this. Oh, I love the way it feels. It really and truly feels like the updated, more skincare version of the discontinued one that I just showed you. I love it. I love it. And not only that, it really did make makeup go on smoother, and I'm not going to say that it wore any longer for me because I don't have issues with wear time, but it did just look, it looked elevated. That's a good word. Yeah, I love it. Someone actually just mentioned if I was going to talk about the new Kosas sunscreen. I've tried it twice. I haven't tried it 3 times, but I still don't love it under makeup. I really didn't love it. It doesn't work the same as this one for me. I know this one's SPF 40 and this one's only SPF 30, but I still do my spray, that Pacifica one. Just check my recent highlights, but I'll put that on top later if I'm going to actually be out in the sun. So this one I didn't. Yeah. But this one is the one that I can wear this one. Listen, this is a big deal. I can wear this one under double wear. Okay. This doesn't even mess with double wear, and double wear is a foundation that completely dries down and can get patchy very quickly because it does dry down. It works with this. So if I can wear double wear with this, this is my favorite. It's my favorite. And then one more thing I forgot to mention that I really think that we should add to our cart. We as in me, I'm going to add 2 more. 2 more because I like to use the color Creek to kind of on the higher points to highlight, and then I'll wear this one to actually set my makeup. I remember I used this and then it kind of got lost in my other powders because it is so thin, but now I've made a conscious effort to keep it so close because this formula is just a mwah. It is a pressed powder, but it has so much more pigment than a regular pressed powder. I'm talking a lot of pigment, but that's good because we wind up using less, which then makes our makeup look better. So I need to do a video on how I use this. Oh, let me just show you. Let's get some foundation on. This is actually going to be a great example because I'm going to use this. This is shade 7. This one's shade 8. They sent 3 shades. No, 4 shades. 7. I actually didn't even use the other ones. I'll just put them in my little donation box. I just knew automatically that 7 was going to be the one for me. But this is a great example because we're going to be able to add coverage to this. Say that we had this on and we wanted to take this from day to night. That powder. Back to this. I love this stuff. Also, it's very satisfying, and I just know I actually didn't have that primer on yesterday, the Milk one, so I'm excited. Ooh, I feel like it's even gliding on better with the primer. Y'all, these are gonna sell out. If these are going, I just know these are gonna sell out. These are pretty cool. They're really cool. So let me just grab my fluffy brush. Yep, that's a good one. We'll grab a C41. This is fun, I'm having fun. So C41, it's fluffier than the C42, and I consider it a blush brush, but I mean, a brush is multi-purpose. I sometimes just put labels on them just so y'all don't get overwhelmed. But that's what the stories are for. They're here to help you understand the brushes. Okay, so we're just gonna, oh God, this stuff is so pretty. It's just an elevated version of my skin. So I'm gonna put some underneath my eye too. I actually used it as concealer yesterday. So when you saw that video, I had already filmed it earlier and I wore it till late last night. I say late, but about 10. Acting like I stayed up late. I'm gonna link the brush too. Oh, that's so good. But we're still gonna get back to the powders, but I can't get over this stuff. I really love this. This is one of the most lightweight kind of, I was saying, it just feels so lightweight. Even y'all wanted to know how it is compared to the Fenty. The Fenty's nice. I feel like the Fenty has more coverage, but the Fenty you can feel on your face. And this I cannot feel. Once I get it diffused and blended with this brush, I can't feel it. Honestly, this right here, match made in heaven. These two, it's magical. All right, I'm gonna stop screaming about it now. But I'm very passionate. It gets me very excited when I find something that I know is gonna work for a lot of different people, and it's something we're gonna like. Melty, melty. I am gonna grab a concealer brush to blend underneath my eye, but I'm gonna do that off camera. Now this is gonna give me the chance to talk about finely milled powders as opposed to pressed powders. So if it's going underneath my eye, I want a loose powder. They are more finely milled. There's a difference. This is going to go so thinly over fine lines, the crepiness, even the milia I have, okay? So underneath my eye, if I want to set, I want to use a loose powder. Now, I want to set differently because sometimes when you set with a puff and you don't have a lot of product underneath your eye, you can add more powder than you actually need. I have hardly any product underneath my eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brush. But honestly, remember, I don't have concealer on. And I have the smallest amount of the BB stick underneath there. So I'm going to take a brush and the Givenchy powder. So if I had on, I want to just reiterate, I know it's repetitive, but this is important because sometimes it can get confusing. You're like, but you use a puff all the time. Now you're not. It just depends on how much is underneath your eye. There's so little underneath my eye, but there's still enough that needs a little bit of setting. So the reason we use a brush is the fluffier the brush, the more diffused that application. So I don't need a lot of powder under here, but I just need enough to kind of just make sure that this isn't going to get into any fine lines and move around. There you go. That's all I need underneath there. And I do love the Givenchy still. It's very finely milled. And the reason I didn't use the Nakia Joy one is because that one would have added too much pigment. So this one is a more natural finish, more natural color. My undertone still really peeks through. The Nakia Joy is something I reach for the glams. Now that this is set, we can grab Creek. And if we want to add more powder underneath here at this point, what we're going to do is we're still going to take the fluffy brush. We're going to pick up Creek. This is the one I was telling you about that's very versatile. And if I want to add some more coverage, I'm going to add it here and on the flatter parts of my eye. Where I'm going to avoid is anywhere that I have the fine lines because that's going to be too much powder. But on these areas that kind of stick out, okay, this sticks out much further than underneath here. So where you're able to put the powder there. Y'all, I didn't expect for this to turn into a whole masterclass today. I was just going to get on here and chat. I just love helping because you could be getting ready tonight and you are having a whole situation and then maybe I've helped and that just warms my heart. And then if you're thinking, Rose, what are we supposed to do with this area? Just put a liquid shadow there. or a stick shadow. By the way, I've been loving this stick shadow. This stick shadow is, oh, I love it so much. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. This one, it's technically a kajal, but they say it's a long wear eyeliner, but it's more versatile than that. So this is the shade Khaki, and then just throw it right there. And the reason that's pretty. And the reason I'm suggesting this in particular is because this is going to dry down, and whatever might not have been perfectly set there is now going to be set when that dries, and we didn't even have to put powder there, and now we have a juicy, perfect, highlighted under eye. And then I've had a few of you ask if I prefer the lip tinted or this. These are completely different to me. I know. Wow. You're like, wow, they're both tints. This has a lot more coverage. I can get this to light medium. Not medium, but light medium. I can get this light to light medium coverage. This is a tint. This is a true tint. Okay, I know this says tint, but this is a foundation. But with SPF 50. We love that. This one doesn't have SPF, so keep that in mind. If you really, really, really want to kind of skip the sunscreen underneath, you can't with this one, but that one with the SPF 50 and then a spray to retouch throughout the day, you absolutely could. But again, this is the most minimal coverage. This is a whisper. It's a whisper. That's a good way to put it. All right, now let me finish up over here. Still using the shade Creek again. Remember, we can put it where our bone structure sticks out, just to avoid the areas that kind of sink in. But remember, this is still technically set because of the Givenchy, but you get the double set when you add this. And I just love this particular color. By the way, this is more of a matte color. I love it. So good. Okay, moving on. And then if you wanted, so yesterday in the video, I would have just used the Givenchy on a fluffy brush. But today, to give this more coverage, say we want to just add some more coverage to it, I'm going to use, this is still the same formula of the NARS powder, just a darker color. So for this one, I'm going to take it in through here. I don't really want to highlight through here. And then I'm using the smaller brush for the smaller areas. And for me, I don't have fine lines through this area, but if you do have smile lines, you could try the more finely milled powder in that area, anywhere you have the fine lines. And then I'll just set through here. And for every day, I wouldn't do this technique. I'm just kind of showing you how to use the powders. Or you could do your whole glam look and then just use these to kind of set. I'll show you how I use them more next week. And then you could just take a fluffier brush and just go ahead and set the rest just for a little bit more coverage. I love this powder so much. Forgot how much I loved it. There you go. So basically, to sum it up, this is just an amazing everyday kind of versatile, very versatile powder. And the reason why is because it can do what we just did, which is very, very light makeup, or you can incorporate it into your glam makeup because it's definitely not as pigmented as a powder foundation, but it's got a little bit more pigment than your average pressed powder. Been meaning to try this. Look how pretty that is. I'm excited. This is from Jones Road. I'll go get you a link. Ooh, I like the way that it picks up on the brush. See how evenly that picks up? I like that. So let's just, ooh, that's very natural looking. That's definitely a summery color I would reach for. I like how it applied too. I knew it was going to apply smoothly just from the way that it picked up on the brush. I tapped in twice. Look at how nicely that picks up. And you're thinking, who cares? That makes a difference. I promise. It makes such a difference. How a product picks up on your brush it's crucial to how it's going to apply, and even how it wears. I like this. This is a good color. I want more of this formula. I feel like this is exactly how my cheeks look when I've been out in the sun, but controlled. controlled chaos. Now, I want to try another color of these. I posted that on my story, you probably saw, where I recreated Lana Del Rey's lip that my friend Etienne did. But let's put on another, ooh, what's this? What's this? What's this? I should swatch all of them. I need to do other things, or I would. Ooh, that's a pretty color. I also love that they're in these chunky sticks. You know what? Tomorrow, since I didn't do one on Thursday, I might be able to sneak up here tomorrow. Don't hold me to it, but we could just swatch stuff tomorrow. That could be fun. I don't have anything to do. This is a really nice, cool tone. I'm a little speechless. I love how cool tone this is. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of the matching lip liner, same shade. I think I just found my new favorite lipstick color. I gotta clean up my Cupid's bow here. There we go. Got a little too rounded. Now I'm gonna go do a little eye makeup video. I love this lipstick. I feel like it's an elevated, cool nude, but nude means something different to everybody, but to me this is like a deep nude on me, and I really like it. I feel pretty. Like I said, I'll come on tomorrow. I usually take Saturdays off to spend time with Ben, but I can sneak up here for an hour and we'll swatch a bunch of the lipsticks that I have. I also found some really cool lip liners that kind of really keep you no makeup. I'm finding that it's hard for me to branch out from just full glam, so I'm trying to find products that kind of calm me, okay? So these Crazy Beauty, that's the name of it, these Crazy Beauty lip liners, they're almost sheer. It's hard for me to explain. So like the lip liner I just put on, it was so hard for me to not turn this into a whole Lana Del Rey lined lip. But when I wear makeup like this, I don't always want to just go full glam. So I've been trying to find products that do that, and we're going to talk about this tomorrow, but these lip liners do that. Okay, they keep you I was saying they keep you under control. Not that we need to be in control, but for me I get to painting and I can't be stopped. But I just thought these were a really cool find because they even this is also one, they feel like they pair really nicely with lip oils and lip tints, things that are very light in pigment, so it doesn't turn into a whole episode. So I think they're really nice. So I found those the other day. So check those out if you're into your lip oils and such. They also have a little bit of a sheen to them, so they're gonna kind of really pair nicely with the lip oils, lip tints, kind of the trendy lips right now. And before I go, who's excited for the daggum reformulation of the NARS blushes? Because I am. This girl is. This is the shade Amore. This is one of my favorites of all time. I really want to compare, okay? Because sometimes the reformulation, meh. But I know they're not going to let me down. I know they're not going to let me down. I know they're not. I'm excited. Okay, I'm gonna go film one more little thing, and I'm gonna try my best to get on here tomorrow. I will keep you updated. I'm trying to put something away. I don't know. I give up. I have a lot of stuff in my vanity, and it's driving me bonkers. All right. In case nobody has told you today, I love you so much. I'm not gonna post tonight because the algorithm is being my friend today, so I'm gonna leave it. But just know that I love you all with all of my heart, and that pinned comment that's on my last reel that I posted, that's truth. Y'all are angels. I love you.